Hey, howdy y'all, it's Angie at Whiskey Woman Whisk. I've got a bunch of limes and I don't want them to go to waste. We use some of them, but I still have quite a bit. So I'm gonna cut these up, juice them, and I found where Homestead Corner, she did a Limeade Concentrate. Now she had a juicer, I don't have that, so I'll be using my handy dandy Pampered Chef doohickey. So I'm gonna get these juiced up and then we're gonna make some concentrate and I'll can it in the water bath and then we'll just use it whenever we need it. Let's go. I'm not gonna make y'all watch this whole thing. I just want to, we'll just see how much I get. I just don't want them to go to waste, and some of them are starting to discolor, so see how much we get. Oh, this is gonna be a workout. Well, she has a juicer. I don't have that, but looks way easier with the juicer. I need to work out anyway. One down, 50 million to go. Okay, y'all, very quickly, gripping this was hurting my hand. So, like so many other things, I'm gonna not squeeze it so much as push it down, which is way easier. So if you're using a similar item to get the juice out of your limes, and I'm sure you could do this with lemons too. This is way easier on your hands to just push down. Okay, here's our juice. And then I've already gotten my jars. I'm using half pints and it's gonna take about 5 or 6 half pints. They're already sterilized and got all my tools ready to go. My water bath canner, which I do outside, it's already hot and ready to go. So we're gonna start adding in our sugar. Okay, y'all, I've got about 4 cups of lime juice, and I did not strain mine. I don't mind the pulp, but if the pulp bothers you, I'll go ahead and do that before you get to mixing this up and canning it. So 4 cups of lime juice, and then we need to get our sugar. We are going to need 3 cups of sugar. Okay, so now that we've got our juice and we've got all our sugar measured out, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to a boil. And really, we just need to get it hot. You're going to bring it to a boil, let it simmer for about 10 minutes. That'll make sure we get everything heated through and the sugar dissolved. Okay, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but be sure you put a little mat down. I use drying mats. That way my jars aren't hitting that cold granite or stone or whatever your countertop is made of, and that temperature shock could cause some problems. So let's start getting our jars out and we'll get to canning this Limeade Concentrate up. Got all my tools ready to go. This will go real quick. Okay, pulling out some hot jars and get our funnel. I've got a ladle, does make it so much easier, of course. You're gonna wanna fill these jars to within 1/4 inch of headspace. So let's get all our jars filled up. And then we're gonna be cleaning our rims. So I usually use a little bit of vinegar, especially if there's oil involved. There's not oil, but the stickiness from that sugar, I'd go ahead and just get you a tiny bit of vinegar with a paper towel so that we can get those rims good and clean. Alrighty then, we've got all of our jars filled up within a 1/4 inch of headspace, and it looks like I'm gonna have a little bit left. So I'll be making me up some limeade, or nope, I think it's gonna be a cocktail. So the limeade, you can use this 1/2 pint jar with about a 1/2 gallon of water. Yes, and that, don't quite fill it up a 1/2 gallon full, because everybody likes it a little weaker, a little stronger, a little sweeter, and you'll need to adjust that to your taste. Okay, let's get these rims cleaned up, and I'm telling you, these suckers are hot. So be really careful. Anything sugary, it just seems to burn way worse when you get it on you. So be really careful. I'm gonna move these, separate them a little further apart from each other while I try to clean these rims. And make sure you get them good and clean so that we get a good seal. And I'm dipping my paper towel in some vinegar just to make sure I get that good and clean. Okay, so I have my lids in some pretty warm, almost hot water. Ball says we no longer have to do that, but I feel like it needs to be warmed up a bit whenever I'm only going to be water bath canning for a few minutes. So that's up to you, but that is my preference when I am water bath canning. I certainly don't do it when it's going to be pressure canning for 60, 75, 90 minutes. And I'm not worried about that seal whatsoever when I'm doing that. But since this is just going in the water bath canner for a few minutes, I went ahead and put them in hot water. And again, just be really careful, and let's get these rings on here. Don't tighten them down too tight, just a good finger tight will do. Okay, I've got all these on a tray. Let's get this out to my water bath canner outside. Okay, let's get these jars in the water bath. It's hot, very hot, so my jars are really hot going into hot water. Make sure that your water does go at least an inch over the top of your jars. We're gonna turn the heat on, put the lid on, bring it up to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, we're gonna set our timer for 15 minutes. Once that timer is done, turn off your heat, remove the lid, and wait 5 more minutes before removing them from the canner. So, I'm looking forward to making something yummy. Okay, our timer is up. So here's our jars of Limeade Concentrate ready to go. As soon as these cool down and seal, we'll let them sit for about 12 hours, and then I'll clean up the jars and check my seals, and they'll be ready to go on the shelf. So it's time to go make something yummy with it. And here is our yummy Limeade Concentrate, and I mixed that with some coconut rum for a lovely cocktail. It is quite delish. I hope y'all give it a try. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. And hey y'all, have a good one.